this is Jim Lakeview, and there was an announcement for St. John and Maxville, Kansas on cable channel 2 and sandylandcenter.org, our website, where you can get the news anytime. Well, it's the 20th of June, and it's Wednesday, and at noontime it's 85 degrees, and we're looking at a sunny and windy day today with a high of 93. I'm looking at the little number after, and that tells me that there's later in the day or in the evening or night, there's a 20% chance of rain. And then Thursday, that continues to scattered thunderstorms, 90 degrees the high temperature with a 50% chance of rain. So we might actually get some. Then we have Friday, partly cloudy and 94. Saturday, partly cloudy and windy, 101, and Sunday, the highest temperature of the week, 102 and sunny. Then on Monday, sunny again with only 101 that time. So it's going to get very hot toward the weekend. Happy birthday today to Melvin Gray, and happy birthday tomorrow to Sam Hayden. And then our program note, the City Council meeting from Tuesday night is recorded, and it will be after the news at 6:30 tonight. So stay tuned if you wanted to see the City Council meeting. It's by recording. And then, of course, later on, it'll be on sandylandcenter.org, and you can go there and see different council meetings and things if you wish to. Then the Recreation Commission, the 26th is a Tuesday, and it's their last trip for seniors and older people, I guess adults. And they leave at 8, come home at 4. They're at the casino from 9:30 to 2:30, and they can take time from 10 to noon to go shopping. And then they come home. And it's $10 for the expense of the gas to go to Dodge and back. They have 12 seats. They need a certain number to be able to take the trip, but if they have more than 12, then somebody can't go. So you want to sign up early if you're going to the casino trip. I have always a pleasure to read is the menu at the VIP Center in Maxville for their fellowship meal. Today they're having Swiss steak and baked potato. Tomorrow, roast pork with gravy and sweet potato. And then on Friday, spaghetti with meat sauce. And if you look at Monday, they'll be having meatloaf and mashed potatoes with gravy. And then I just have this one other item, and that's that the city is trying to see if they're qualified to bid on or to ask or apply for a grant that they didn't know about until recently. And one of the things that we're struggling with as a city is that the Environmental Protection Agency has decided that anyone that runs a generator, at least as a business that runs the generator, and has a reciprocating internal combustion engine, they have to meet national emission standards for hazardous air pollutants. And so the cost to do that would be quite expensive, and we don't know for sure until we find out exactly how they're going to have to do it and how tough the standard is to meet and what they would need to do it. But in the meantime, we have a survey, and people have to send that in, and it's an anonymous survey that just goes to a survey company, and they are certified to do this. and that company counts how many people we have. And so we need to have enough people to send it in to establish that we meet the standards for the grant that we want to apply to, as far as not being a wealthy city. To have a lot of middle and low income people, and then we would be eligible to apply for a grant. And of course, we might not get the grant anyway, but we do have to have, I mean, there's no sense in working on the grant if we're not going to be eligible. So we really need for everybody to send in their survey. If you haven't sent in your survey, send it in. If you have trouble filling it out, you can come talk to me at Shepherd Center, or you can go to City Hall, and any place will help you fill it out. It's quite easy to fill out, and everything that you have on there will be anonymous, and the only thing the city will ever find out is how many percent of the people are in what category, and then they can use that to apply for the grant. Another reason to fill it out is that even if we do qualify to be able to bid on the grant or to ask for it, and we don't get it, the survey would establish that we are not a wealthy city for 10 years. So any other grant that comes along in the next 10 years, we could use that survey as a basis to apply for that. And so none of us have a reason not to send that in, and we have a lot of reason to send it in, because we don't want to have the city pay for a really expensive thing that they might have to do with the generation station. And of course, we don't want to have to shut it down. So it just is really crucial for everybody to send in their form. And I'll be glad to help, and other people would too. It's not a hard form to fill out, really. It's kind of confusing when you look at it, but you make a couple of check marks and write down a few numbers, and that's it. And so we do hope that people will send it in. And I find out that the only deadline would be for when we have to apply for the grant, that this would have to be done. But if you haven't sent yours in, there's no time limit that I know of. But you want to send it in right away, because the faster we know that we're eligible, the quicker the city can start working on applying for the grant and turning in all the other information that they might need. Well, I just wish that everybody would do that. Tell your friends to make sure they send in their survey. And that's all the announcements I have for us, or news. The word of the day is one that you might get a kick out of, and that's that if your picture on your passport is how you really look, you're probably not fit to be traveling. This is Jim Likey, hoping you have a great Wednesday.